They were playing Messina, and everybody loves to beat Messina if you live over in the North Country, even if it's ping pong. And I saw her play, I was amazed, absolutely amazed that that little darling could stop the pucks and shots she did. So we never missed another game. And we used to have a saying in those days. Foster Hewitt, if anybody remembers the hockey night in Canada back in the days on the radio, Foster Hewitt would say, he shoots, he scores. We'd say, not on Nancy. So as she played, and then come along, the Canadians come and saw her play. And they came to me and said, could we use your daughter to play in juniors in Brockville? Well, I said, certainly. So we went to see the game, and she was shut out. And he came to me after, he said, could she play with the seniors? Well, and in those days, Canadian girls and the seniors they were good hockey players with some hard slap shots. And I said, I don't know. I said, she's pretty small. She's only 13 years old. Shut out. Then the Canadian coach said, could we use her permanently? He said, she's the best girls goalie we've ever seen. And I'm not just kidding. The first game she had for Potsdam State was Concordia. Undefeated in 2 years in Montreal. 44 saves. And her good buddy Tracy, with 13 seconds to go in the game, intercepted and scored. That was their first loss in 2 years. And then Potsdam State hockey took off. And they started to win. And everybody wanted Nancy. St. Lawrence wanted her. Clarkson wanted her. Canada, other teams in Canada wanted her. But she was for Potsdam State. She left Butler Sullivan and Brian Dorn. They were good coaches and good people. She had an outstanding career. You would not believe, you'd have to see it to believe that a little girl, not much higher than the crossbar, stopped about everything that you could see. She took the Canadian team from last to first, just because of her goaltending. In fact, she's playing ball hockey today, and she took that team to the championship. I don't know when she's going to quit. And she's climbed the 46 peaks 46 times, spending all kinds of country, climbing mountains. I don't know how she does it, but I'll tell you, she was a fantastic goalie. And I sincerely believe at that time, had the Olympic team for girls been on, she would have been in the Olympics. That's how good she was. Now that's just one chapter of her life. There's another chapter I think is beautiful. In 1981, she came out she was gay. I didn't handle it very good, which I'll always regret. But she taught me a lot. She taught people a lot about courage and what it means to be a good person, no matter what you are or what your beliefs. And I became an International Union President in 1985. Served 12 years. Turned my union around because of the example my daughter set me. You don't discriminate. It's better to love than hate and hug than slug. She taught everybody. Because of what she taught me, I turned my International Union around to win many awards for our fight for discrimination. It was her example and her courage. She went to the Power Authority, highly successful. First female operator, first senior operator, twice Employee of the Year. Active in anybody. Outspoken, yes. She was outspoken. But she had a heart for people. And she still has. And we've had many talks lately, like, where's our country drifting now? What is happening in America? The America that we didn't believe in discriminating against anybody. So I think back to my daughter. If we can get my daughter to run for President of the United States, I think we'd stop a hell of a lot of problems. But I'm extremely proud of a girl that's had all kinds of courage, and I love her dearly. Thank you, my girl. Nancy?
I think it's fitting. Thank you, Dad, for the beautiful introduction. I'd like to thank the committee for selecting me. I'm truly honored. A special thanks to Dan Bronson about the Hall of Fame support of questions and answers in researching the history of women's ice hockey. Because of you, I had quite a walk down of memory lane. My 4 brothers, without them, I would never have played goal. It was either play goal or you can't play. Little do they know I had the last laugh because it was the best position God ever created. My sister who got dragged to all the games. My dad who had the ability to change. He wasn't keen on me playing until he watched me play. After that game, he was hooked. He saw the girls can play hockey. Soon afterwards, I came home after a practice, and where I normally sat for my supper, my dad had my new pair of goalie skates waiting for me when I pulled out the chair. He and Mom were my biggest fans. My mom, God rest her soul, who always said her girl could do anything. She encouraged me and supported me in anything I wanted to do or try. And I have to tell you a story about my mom because when I would make saves, she would make saves. Little did I know, one time the whistle blew and I looked up and I'm, Dad, where's Mom? Well, she made the save, but she didn't realize there was a gap between the bleachers. How she never got hurt is beyond me. My Tony, who really never got to see me play ice hockey, but still sees my goaltending skills in ball hockey, who supports me in all I do, keeps me on track, and who has stuck by my side, especially with my second cancer. And of course, Butler Sullivan, who was the women's ice hockey coach at the time. Butler came and talked to me about playing for Potsdam State. There was something about him that made me feel welcomed, and I wanted to be part of this team, a very special team. Prior to coming here, I always wanted to be a court stenographer. In fact, I was enrolled in classes after high school, but after talking to him, I decided to give Potsdam State a go. I believe this decision set the tone for the rest of my life about taking chances, that life doesn't always go as planned, and sometimes you gotta take that leap of faith. Coming to Potsdam was one of the best decisions of my life. I really enjoyed my time here. I learned a lot, and I had some pretty awesome professors. But above all, I'm very proud to have been part of this women's ice hockey of yesteryear. I met so many beautiful people because of this sport. Coaches that cared so much for us, Butler Sullivan, Brian Doran, Lynn and Bill, who worked with me at practice to continually build my skills, team members who became a very special family, devoted fans, and everlasting friendships. Memories of a lifetime that I'll forever cherish. I've had an amazing life after college, but I'll say it again, I believe it started here, the importance of choices, taking risks, and when the door opens, go in it. I've accomplished a lot, and people will say I am successful because of that. But to me, true success is when others tell me I've inspired them through my actions, or changed their thoughts about the importance of a positive attitude, or a cancer patient who is terminally ill that tells you, you give them hope. It means that I made a difference, that I mattered, and this is true success to me. Peace to all, and thank you.